What? He did it in the game.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know much about this game. You said it's the first time you're playing it?
Yeah, I've played up till about this point, and that's it. A little bit, like 10 minutes past this point, honestly.
Okay.
Okay. Nope. I do know that it's supposed to be a very open world adventure kind of thing.
I like all of those things. So it's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
All
Supposed
right.
to have a lot of customization in how you play and in your character, which, considering the fact that I made Drizzt Orden the Drow, I consider the customization to be fairly adequate.
I can see that. What year did this game come out?
2012. This is this is like the game plus the expansion, so.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
2012-ish. Okay, time to begin your journey as the Arisen. So, by the way, do you know who Drizzt is?
Nope.
Oh, okay. He is probably my favorite fictional character. He's a famous character from like the D&D world, the Forgotten Realms. He is a drow who actually is a good-natured sort and an absolute badass. And I figured I'd make him for this adventure, because why not?
Hey, that's all the motivation you need for these kind of things.
Exactly, right?
Well, that's cool.
Alright, so I get to choose a class.
Ooh, what are
So
you
from
feeling?
what I understand, I know a little bit about this game, more so than I kind of do usually when I do blinds, because I did some research. Basically, the whole reason this came about was I stopped playing Dark Souls 2 because I just was not enjoying it. But there were things about it I did enjoy, and I kind of was still in the mood to play the third-person, customizable, fantasy adventure type game. And so I went looking for games that would substitute, and this is what came up. So I do know that you start with 3 classes, but it becomes much more varied later. Like, there's like a lot more classes you can be later on, and you can actually switch between them. But this is what it starts with. So you got the fighter, you've got basically the ranger, and then you've got the mage. And really, if anyone knows who Drizzt Orden is, there's really no real question there. He's
Fair
going
enough.
to be that.
Just as a question, how far did you get in Dark Souls 2?
About 15 hours, but that's not saying much because I think like the second world.
Ugh. I played Dark Souls 1, and I couldn't even beat the second boss. I just quit. I couldn't do it.
I beat a few bosses in, so I quit a few bosses in. I think it's a great game for what's it's intended for. I just don't think it's intended for me.
That's a good way of putting it. Very well said.
So, I've gotten a minute or two past this, honestly. So from about here on out, this is going to be blind for me, for the most part.
I guess I'll be here for emotional support.
Woohoo! As soon as I finish cutting up all this pottery for whoever it was that took care of me, because it's evil, and I'm doing them a favor.
You are. There's some other people here too.
Why is this happening?
Why am I cutting up the pottery? I just explained that. It's evil.
Oh, the horror. The
People are
horror of it.
having a bad time on the floor here.
I know, right? Apparently, I'm upsetting them. Like, they're not talking about the dragon attack. They're like, he's cutting it all.
I just imagine that you're just kind of kicking them, like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they're like, "Go away,
Hey,
dragons."
hey, get up.
Oh God.
Oh, hey, look at that. I got a small nut.
Oh, throw a pot at someone's head, get rewarded. Beautiful. I love this game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a fan already. There's so much apparently you can pick up and throw in this game. Ha! You thirsty?
Now the question is, do throwing pots at enemies damage them?
I don't know.
We need to find this out.
It is. Here's a better question. Can you pick up the corpses of the fallen and throw them at other enemies?
If you can, this is the greatest game ever made.
I agree.
You say it left a glowing scar?
And to a greater extent, can you use people as weapons against other
The
people?
wound has closed, and it seems the worst has passed, but his heart lies silent.
That's because it's not there anymore, lady.
If you would face me. You are sure of this?
Hmm.
Yes.
Ill magic, the work of some curse. The The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon.
little bit.
No good come of this. I must go see to the others, Kina.
Oh,
Tell me
magic.
if aught changes here.
All right.
Are they gonna cast me out just because I'm a zombie?
I'd imagine. That's how these things tend to go.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get you started down your path of adventuring. So you have to go. Get out.
Oh, hey, Piff's back. Piff, you want to join the call? You're more than welcome to. I mean, this is your stream after all. That I've hijacked.
Bring on the Piff, man.
Hang on a second.
He's not in the call yet.
Kriana, he's not here.
Ah, my heart. Just sitting here watching the stream and all of a sudden screaming.
I know. I didn't even know you were at her house, or her at yours, or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm at hers.
I just that was completely unexpected.
You scared the crap out of the man. No, you're not.
Yeah, tell her she succeeded where amnesia completely failed.
Apparently, you succeeded where amnesia completely failed.
Hi, Piff.
Hi.
How was the tux fitting?
Well, it was extremely minor because it was like the second fitting, so they're just like, put this on, does it fit? Yes, the numbers you gave me the first time was right.
Did you look dashing?
Apparently, I quote-unquote cleaned up well.
Well, nice.
Sexy.
Well, we are starting Dragon's Dogma. I made a drow, which I'm actually rather impressed with the ability of customization in this game, because it's not like they expected you to make a drow. I don't know, Piff, have you ever heard of Driz de Orden?
Yes, but that was only in your last... This is why I'm not playing Dark Sus 2.
Dark Sus.
I don't think I ever talked about Drizzt.
You briefly mentioned his name once.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, right, because why I wanted to be a dual wielder or whatnot. So I've made him. We got our heart eaten by a dragon named Pedro, who speaks Spanish.
Ole.
And now I think the village is scared of us because we're walking around even though we don't have a heart or something like that. I don't know.
You keep throwing pots around. I think everyone's going to be freaking scared of you.
I swear to God, Piff, if I can pick up corpses of my fallen foes and throw them at people, this is going to be the best game ever made.
I'm glad that you like my character design.
I know!
Hi, Kriana.
Hey, Kriana.
Did you think my character would just start picking up corpses and chucking it?
I did not. You guys have to understand. We did a practice run for Ardenfell, and I had them fighting stuffed animals in a giant baby room, and they were killing big, fluffy, cute, cuddly ducks. And then Piff's character was picking up the dead duck corpses and throwing them at other ducks.
Oh my god.
Genius. All right, so let's get back into this. Press start, the pause menu, check the attributes, blah 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 blah. Oh, all right. So you want to talk to me?
You should be abed. I wish you were not straying yourself.
No, I don't.
I don't want to be a bed. I want to be alive.
Kina? Is that what we're saying? That?
Kina? I don't know.
You.
She's about to kick me out. I'm not sure we need to know that well.
I worry for you, cuz.
Cuz? Now I'm wondering, I worry for you cuz as in she's my cousin?
Plot twist.
I guess. We were kind of friendly for cousins, but alright.
The chief says you're injured
You know,
by a curse from the dragon.
I mean, I guess being cousins only gets you repaired, but
That's
not
not
preventing
something
from being
I know how
cast
to
out,
heal.
so... tough break.
There must be a
Well,
way.
being a zombie really just makes you not a family member. Just
You were not the only
move
one
that.
to suffer the wrath of the
That's
worm.
true. Also, you
There
know,
were
throwing
many
dead people,
wounded.
but that we can get
Others.
past that. I think that's a little bit more
The
forgivable.
someone
You
else
better,
suffered.
because I'm gonna
The
be
whole
doing that.
village was worried about you.
Actually, I
They'd
think
be
that was
well
just
relieved
that
to see
case.
you up and about.
Mainly, like,
Perhaps
it
you
would
might
be.
go and see the
I don't
others,
think I can
if you
pick up
feel
dead
well enough.
bodies or even wounded. Well, actually, no, wounded bodies should be fine. But dead bodies of people and start flinging at people like in towns, I don't think that would be appropriate.
But I think you should try.
Thank you for healing me. In return, I am breaking all of your evil stuff.
But
Sweet.
I think I will be freaking breaking doors and throwing those at people.
That is
that's
fantastic. Please do that forever.
I wish. I'm not quite sure the GM will let me.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, here's how I've decided to go, and I think it worked well last time. When your turn starts, I roll. You'll tell me if you're doing the double attack or single. I will roll the
default double.
Right. I'm gonna roll the corresponding 2 die to determine if you find a small, medium, or large object. And if you find a large object and you happen to be near a door, by all means. However, something attached like that would take your quick action to rip it off.
So how high of a roll would I need to throw, say, something like a car?
He wouldn't be able to throw a car.
I think that would be too heavy, but something the size of a car that wasn't that heavy, I would take a penalty, but still could throw it.
Exactly.
A wicker basket.
Basically, what he would do is he would have to roll a check to make sure he picked it up, and then he'd have to roll all his attacks and all that. And he probably couldn't throw it as far as, say, other things. But yeah, he's got a huge strength, so I would be very open to his ideas.
I think it was something along the lines of I could pick it up, but throwing it has a large, like, negative, like a 4 or something like that.
Right.
And there was also decreased range.
Exactly. And that's only for large objects. Huge objects like Snuggle Wuggle.
Snuggle-wugga?
The boss they fought was a giant 30-foot Pomeranian named Snuggle Wuggle.
But what? How? All right. Okay.
And it almost wrecked them.
How?
It pounces playfully all over their chest.
Basically, it did. In its one attack, it could kill one of our party members in 1 hit, and everyone else in 2.
Yep. Basically, the average health was like around 20 to 27 points, and it did 21 per attack.
Damn, that's a strong Pomeranian.
It was supposed to be a very strong creature, so...
No kidding. Should have thrown a pot at it.
Completing quest always... Okay, nice. Alright.
So I assume our motivation in this game is to get this dragon, which took our heart.
I assume, yes.
Is there any other backstory that's been established at this point that I wasn't aware of, or...?
No, and actually, from what I've heard from this game, is we shouldn't expect too much from the story. The story in quests are supposed to be rather bland. This game is famous much more for the atmosphere and the immersion than it ever was for the story. So we'll just have to make our own.
That's fine. I was just curious. I don't have much background.
No,
with it, so.
we don't have much background at all. We know that there, thousands of years ago, there was another like us, and that was the tutorial. And then we don't even know what happened to them. And then it said, thousands of years in the future, make your character. And it said, welcome to the D&D world. No.
Fair enough.
I would say, I'm a little bothered by the random throwing mechanic a little bit. If that's okay to talk about now. If not,
sure, we're not really dealing with story stuff. What's up?
Alright. So the random, like, 1 out of 3 just being able to pick up anything, I don't know if that really fits well with the character. Like, he doesn't just grab things randomly. He's very, I wanted him to be like a tactician of the environment, and him just kind of reaching down and picking something up.
While I see where you're going with that, the only other way to do it would be for me to either prearrange what's there for you to take, or to give you way too much power. Because what we can't do is say, oh, I find a large object. Oh, I find a small object. Because that would basically just give you the ability to choose if you want to attack with a D10, a D8, or a D6 at will.
Well, that's a D8, D6, and D4.
But you see what I'm saying.
A chance of having to. Just be reasonable with this.
It's still. Here's my thing. I am open to suggestions, because I don't want to just leave it as open of you just have complete free reign to say, oh, I see this, I want to throw it. And I don't want to have to go through the trouble of placing random items at every single map.
Yeah, that's
Right.
too tedious.
If it's like, if it's in like a very like weird environment, something that's really hard to describe, and just like there's things scattered everywhere, I do feel that if it's like one of those areas that my character might be a bit more lenient in finding things that might be better to throw. For one, like if we do that system again, I feel that it should be like 2 for large, 3 for medium, 1 for small. Because I don't think you'd be like, oh yeah, small one, I'll do this.
That I'm fine with. In fact, you know what? I'm fine with making 3 for medium, 3 for large.
All right.
And just get rid of small, because honestly, your character, why would he worry about picking up a coffee mug unless he actually chose to?
Yeah.
I am fine with doing that half and half.
Yeah. I would be more than okay. I would also say I should be able to choose. Like, if I'm in a bar, it'd be ridiculous that saying, like, I couldn't pick up, like, a stool.
Yes, okay, let's do it this way. If it is a place that will obviously and commonly have furniture and such, then you won't have to roll, you can just pick it up. We'll save the dice rolling for things like dungeons, the forest, caves, etc., where you actually have to search for things to get. Is that more
I think that's much better. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I am fine with that. Yeah, if you're in the middle of a room which would commonly have beds and couches and such, then yeah, sure. That we can definitely work with that.
So you're saying in non-combat environments or non-quest environments, the rules are different, is basically what you're getting across.
Not so much non-quest environments, just environments where it would make logical sense that he would have these things to throw. As opposed to, say, a cave that may or may not have rocks around or stalagmites or whatnot.
I see.
Like, if you're in a tavern, there's certain things that will be there. There will be tables, there'll be chairs, there'll be bar stools. I mean, that's just what kind of tavern doesn't have that?
Mm-hmm.
But, for example, if you're in the forest, there may or may not be things to throw.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm fine with this.
Now, in terms of, like, certain small objects, does the chance of he still runs the same amount of chance with a small object being picked up? It's only, you said it's one, as in one dice roll for...
well, what I was doing was I was rolling a d6, and I was doing 1, 2 small, 3, 4 medium, 5, 6 large.
Okay, I see.
But the truth of the matter is, the more I thought about it, if he's in the middle of a combat, why is he going to pick up a coffee mug? Unless he chooses to pick up a coffee mug. So it might be better just to make it medium and large. And plus, that is a bit, because most people have a main attack. They're not stuck with having to roll a d4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine making it medium or large, unless you choose for whatever reason to actually pick up a small object. Oh god, what?
Whoa.
What?
You got fish.
No, what?
Hold on.
No.
Do you have a screen share going on? Okay, you do.
Demon water.
Get
out of it. Get out of there, man.
I can't!
So just
I can't!
viciously farting your way to hell.
Oh my god! What just... What?
If are we on a ride to hell?
What just happened?
Did we randomly get into Bionic Soldier? Or whatever the fuck that
I
thing's
probably
called?
should point out, just in case, especially for people on YouTube, we're talking about the roleplay that we're going to start next week for Ardenfell. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's off the 13 Age. Piff's character is based around a character who just throws whatever is around him. That's basically his style of combat. He doesn't like to use weapons per se. He just likes to pick up the flora and fauna and use that to throw at people, which is, I think, a fabulous idea. But the thing is, since no character like this has ever really been made before, we had to make basically a custom class almost, and we're still working out the kinks.
Have you named this class yet?
Ranger.
Yeah, it's basically a ranger. I love it.
It's funny too because we have 3 rangers and they all play extremely differently.
See, I thought you were gonna go with the more like British name and call him a tosser, but whatever.
Oh yeah, and that's the best part. That's true. Yeah, Piff's character and Kriana's character work together to create an elf missile. Her character is very dexterous and tumbly, circus-like. And at the start of combat, he will pick her up and throw her towards whatever enemy she points at. It's brilliant. And I actually said that, if she makes the skill check, she gets a bonus to attack, because what enemy would see this coming? I guarantee you, none of them.
Just as have you tested this elf missile thing?
Yes, we have.
Far? How much damage can it do potentially? Maximum?
Decent. It can do decent damage. Ask Brianna if she hit a single thing that night.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky maneuver.
No, actually, she just rolled really badly over and over.
So you failed your elf missile.
She actually succeeded her elf missile every time. She got the check to do. Basically, it's a decent.
I just heard that.
It's really good having her right here.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's on a delay, so it's gonna be great.
Basically, she has to roll a skill check of 15 or above to land and get the bonus, but she's got a plus 11 to that roll because of her character. So it's easy to make the land, and she did. And she got, basically, if she succeeds, she just gets a +2 to her attack roll. Basically, it's easier to hit her target because they're like, what the hell just happened? But she never made her attack rolls.
I keep trying, it doesn't work.
I told her to look on the bright side, that she got it all out of the way before we even started.
Is there a way?
Rising Ball too.
Now, I don't know much about the system you guys used to play with, but is there any way that she can change her attributes in the future tense to improve her ability to roll effectively for this?
She can increase her attributes, but she doesn't need to change them because they're already spot on.
Well, increase them.
Yeah, every few levels you can increase 3 attributes by 1 point.
And will that help her accuracy with this elf missile?
It will, actually, yeah, when she puts 1 more point into it, it'll give her a +1 towards the roll.
Beautiful.
So, and then when she levels it up again, it'll give her a she'll have to level up twice. Basically, her dexterity is a 17, which is a +3. When she gets it to 18, it'll be a +4. If she can ever get it to 20, it'll be a +5.
Wow.
But her background already gives her a lot. See, this game is kind of cool. Instead of having skill systems, like, in other words, like D&D, where you have a list of skills that you're good at, that you may or may not ever use, this game utilizes something called backgrounds, where you make up a background for your character, and you put points into that background. And then, whenever you have to do a skill check, any skill check, I, as the DM, look at your backgrounds and determine if that background would have helped you do this better. For example, she has a background in parkouring. Her character used to run across cities and rooftops and jump all nimbly-bimbly a lot, and she has 5 points in that. So if she's being tossed by an orc and needs to land gracefully, such a background would obviously give her a benefit in trying to do this. But if she needs to, say, pick a lock, well, a background in parkouring doesn't really ever help you pick a lock, per se, so it wouldn't. Hi.
Yeah, he's still talking about you.
Monsters
Sorry.
emerging from the shadows all along the shore.
I'm saying good things.
She's
Nasty
just
things,
suspicious.
too. The brine.
She's giving me this look
Say
right
they're
now.
many, yet one.
It's like the Doge look.
Seems this brine can be bested once more.
She's giving me this
Not to
stare.
do, but avoid
But
the
okay, I
water's
get
edge.
that. That makes sense.
Oh, he just explained why I died. There's brine out there that eats you.
So what?
Yeah, brine,
So
deadly brine.
So like fluid, like brine is just salty water.
Look, I know. I'm not saying that it made sense. I'm just saying, I'll see if I can talk to him again.
I mean, he
talk
might
of
as well have said they were
monsters
deadly
emerging from
krill.
the shadows
Alright,
all along
there's
the
talk
shore.
of monsters emerging from the shadows all along the shore.
Nasty things too. The brine, they call them. They say they're many.
Oh, they
yet one.
come them the brine.
What
It
a
isn't
man.
actually the
Seems
brine.
this
They just
brine-
call them that.
You're getting pickled to death.
Yeah, it really is. Drow apparently cannot stand salt water.
It's like those M. Night Shyamalan aliens with the water. Just burns your skin and you die.
Yep.
You did it. That'd be the worst kind of zombie.
Alright,
Just-
have I been here? I have not. I'm gonna explore everyone's home.
Oh my god.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't. I plan on doing at least some role-playing with this character. And Drizzt Orden. I'm actually going to do this. This is kind of why I chose Drizzt. I'm going to try and roleplay this character for as much as he can be roleplayed. Because like I said, if the story is not fantastic, I mean, there's only so much roleplaying you can do. But if I'm going to make Drizzt Orden, I'll roleplay him like Drizzt Orden.
And that would involve...
Imagine the most compassionate, sensitive man you'll ever meet, but if you piss him off, he will slice you to pieces.
Liam Neeson.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
I think that's completely fair.
I think that is a perfect analogy. And we're not even talking about his roles, we're talking about the man.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Some
I would
terror,
hope
that
that you
dragon,
would
eh?
play as Liam Neeson. That'd be amazing. And we can just say that your daughter's name is Heart.
I actually strongly recommend the Drizzt Orden series for anyone who likes reading fantasy novels. This character, to me, is one of the most interesting characters in fantasy realms because he really is one of those people of... let's put it this way. He is a paragon through and through. He is the epitome of what a paragon shepherd would be. But if paragon shepherd... but he pulls it off because his skill level is so extreme that he can afford to be compassionate and sensitive because you can't F with the guy. He's amazingly skilled.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
No.
I can.
No one here?
How dare you?
And he's not, I was gonna say, is he a Mary Sue? I was trying to think if he's a Mary Sue or not. I wouldn't say he's a Mary Sue because he certainly has his flaws.
Look well.
And no, he can't be a Mary Sue because aren't Mary Sues everyone around them likes them?
That's debatable.
Because it's definitely not the case for him. He's a drow, and in that world, drow, almost to a man and woman, are incredibly evil creatures. So he's actually hated and shunned most of his time. He eventually, like as time goes on, manages to change people's minds, but he is not very well loved.
So, very skilled, loving, honorable person, but profiled poorly.
Yes.
Gotcha. Alright.
Oh god, the sky is giving birth to someone else.
Is that Ganondorf?
I don't know.
Let's find out. That's Gandorf right there. That's Gandorf.
I found him. What's going on? Probably get that thing
My
in his
hands
hand
don't
with
glow.
Mm-hmm.
that. Yet.
I don't know, my hands don't glow.
That man you are speaking with, he's of the Pawn Legion.
Okay.
They come from some unknown place, just appear without a warning. They're a strange lot.
Okay. Thanks, Ardaro.
Not human, quite. They look the part, sure enough, but they lack the will, the spark, what drives us.
Okay.
They have no capacity to feel nor act alone, so they live as sellswords. Myrmidons, they're called. There's an encampment west of the village where men gather to face the dragon. I'd wager a fair number of his kind will be there as well.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you take him?
Okay.
Might be you learn aught of why he came to you in the first place.